Hello, I'm Kiri Bloor, and this is Gymkhana Grid Final, the European Gauntlet here at Santa Pod. Most people are familiar with the name Ken Block from the amazing videos that have gone viral, with over 300 million views. But he always wanted the event to be a competition, and this is the 4th edition of Gymkhana Grid in Europe. And here's the main man himself to tell you how it works.
Here what you can see is two drivers competing on the courses, head-to-head, trying to get through the courses as quick as possible, and whoever gets through the entire thing and back to the start the quickest is the winner.
What's up, guys? I'm Ryan Turk. We are here at the 2015 Gymkhana Grid Finals. This event is all about time. It's all about being fast on the track. Minimal drifting, which I've learned actually. You can't really slide in a car too much because you're just going to waste a ton of time. You don't really want to be burning tires too much. It's more about just the grip and getting to the next obstacle, getting around it as fast as you can and on to the next. You know, we take off the start line. I'm launching in first gear, rip to about third down the straight, and then there's a line painted for right before the first turn where you have to initiate into oversteer, and then you come around that apex, and you have to transition back around to a little figure 8 section where you do about a 280-degree turn, and then you on to the next to the midsection. After the figure 8, you get to the midsection of the course, which is arguably one of the most technical portions. A series of sweepers and J-turns. You want to just try to dial the grip in as quickly as possible and use your handbrake to just get around the cones and barrels as quickly as you can. You come into the final section of the course, which is donuts. So you're coming into this box at a decent rate of speed, and you have to do a complete 360 or 1.5 times around the one donut box. Now you're very close to these obstacles, and if you move them a certain distance, you're going to get a penalty on time, which you don't want. So you want to be extremely careful and just leave yourself enough room. After the first 360 donut box, you want to exit with as much grip as you can. You go around the next set of donuts, which is the big tires. You're doing a 720 around there. Get it to the finish line, get your time, and remember, you have to do this twice perfectly to be able to move on to the next round.
So that's how it's supposed to be done. We join the action at the semi-final stage of the rear-wheel drive category. So in the first rear-wheel drive semi-final, Adam Elder was twice penalised for not following the correct course, giving him 2 DNFs and allowing Danny Cross to move forward to the final. Let's get to the action with commentators Jared Deander and Eddie Temple-Morris.
Danny Cross, he is in the finals. Who's he going against? Is it going to be the Croatian crusher, Marko Palajic, or Luke Woodham? And he's continued. This has got to be a good luck shot. Oh, whoa, that's new. That's
Happy
new.
Woodham.
Yeah. So here we go. Marko versus Luke Woodham. Marko there on the right in this signature Hachiroku from Croatia. Luke Woodham out of the gate. So
Luke has absolutely slaughtered the Croatian crusher out of the gate. He was a couple of seconds ahead.
But you got to remember that the time starts when the line is broken, the digital line. It's not all about the start. You can go, but so it's all about the clock.
We've seen this happen again and again, where somebody comes out of the trap really fast, but then the guy that's behind just focuses and gets into it and wins.
And Marko's that kind of guy.
Yep.
We've seen Marko gain a lot of ground when it comes to the double spin cycle. You see the double barrel, and he comes out of this like a shotgun. Let's see.
But Luke has gone into the spin cycle slightly ahead.
Yep.
The Croatian crusher has caught up a little in that naturally aspirated. Is that a Toyota? Yes, it is.
The Hachiroku coming on. See, look at how much ground he gained.
So tight around that giant tractor type. Look at that.
0.02 seconds separate them.
Wow.
0.02. I told you, Marko, the Croatian crusher, fights back because Woodham had that gap. Is Marko going to take out our defending Gymkhana Grid champion?
Yep, the champion has got somebody hot on his tails. The champion is being worried by the Croatian crusher. Let's see if he can keep his focus and hold it down and keep the Croatian at bay.
Love it.
And here we go. So he's out of the trap fast again. but as we've seen, that's not an indication of who's going to win. When we get getting that exciting cockpit view from our former champion, yanking on that wand, jerking the steering wheel, making it look so easy, Jared.
As Luke Woodham comes through the gasoline alley, look at Marco's going to gain some ground. Will he? All right, so Woodham looks like he is a little quicker out of the checkered flag barrel. 0.02 seconds separate them. You don't want to see a penalty. This is when you don't want to mess up. One of the tightest battles we've seen so far. The winner goes to the finals and goes against Danny Cross. Who's it going to be? The loser goes against that of Adam Elder.
As
Here we go.
Into the tires, and that NASCAR.
Come on, make some noise, Santa Ponin at home.
And Luke brings it home. Fractionally ahead of the Croatian.
But hold on. 58 and 57, lane 1.
58, 57, but are there any penalties? Because it ain't over until the fat lady is sung. Both of the boys have kept it clean, and that being the case, Luke Woodham has gone in by a fraction.
No.
Less.
156. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
sorry.
by less than a second.
There you go.
Luke Woodham has taken it.
The crowd at Gymkhana Grid 2015 were treated to a whole host of fantastic displays, including Ken Blott in the legendary Unicorn, the all-wheel drive 1965 Ford Mustang, and Ryan Turk in the Escort Mark II, which was having its first run in a competitive arena.
Dmitry Shribny, Jake Archer, who's going to advance on to the finals.
So Jake Archer apparently blew his engine last week and had to find a new one. So he's now running on a brand new engine, and brand new engines, as we all know, can have teething problems.
Right.
He's not exactly going with the owner's handbook on running it in.
No, most definitely not. So Archer brings around. Look at Dmitry, a big gap. Grand Canyon of a gap of time between them. Oh, but just as I say that, Jake fights back. Grabs his bow and arrow and takes aim at Dmitry. Dmitry, a wide swing.
And he hesitated a little through that section. Whereas I think Jake looking a little bit more fluid in that Subaru wagon.
Yeah, look, Jake a lot tighter. He's gaining some ground there on the tractor tires.
So close.
That was a great effort there by Jake, and that's where you can easily, we've seen a lot of the drivers really, you know, quote unquote blow it.
Look at that.
Half a second.
Fractions of a second between the two of them. Two hot and clean times, say the judges, for Dmitry and Jake. 57.33, 57.84. It is all to play for.
Off they go. Archer gets the jump a little out front, but it's all pending the start line and breaking that laser starter. Jake Archer, nice job. Into that bollard. Look at that, the sun setting, a great shot here. Dramatic setting for the Gymkhana Grid European Gauntlet. We are in the semifinals. Dmitry or Jake Archer, who's going to get it?
Well, Dmitry seems to be fractionally ahead, but in that spin cycle section, Jake always seems to be more fluid, and that fluidity means results. Having said that, Dmitry looking very fluid through the washing machine section.
Nice job by Dmitry right now. See now where Jake, oh man, Jake, an absolutely, look at, he just keeps getting wider and wider. And I think that is going to inevitably give Dmitry the victory here. That's the first 55 of the day.
Dmitry, congratulations if you can hear us.
Yeah.
55 seconds, that is the hottest time we've seen today, and it's a clean time. Look at that.
There it is.
So,
Dmitry Shribny gets the victory. Jake Archer gets knocked out.
Disaster, though, for Matt Miller in the second semi-final against Lewis Jones, as his car gave up on him and the frustration was there for all to see.
we've got the big one now. Here it is, son. Tell everybody what this is
The
now.
finals are set. Here we go. Danny Cross. Can he upset our defending Gymkhana Grid 2014 champion, or will Luke Woodham go back-to-back here at Santa Pod Raceway? Can he take it to the top once again? Danny Cross, he really wants to get in his way, and I know he will have a huge smile on his face. And Luke Woodham, does he break his tradition? We saw him in car, he's all thumbs. Here we go, make some noise, Santa Pod. All right, Luke Woodham, nice and clean, into the sweeping turn.
Luke Woodham is always clean. He's such a clean driver. I hope I just have just jinked him with the commentator's kiss of death.
Well, Danny Cross would love for you to do that, as we are seeing. Look at this. Now, that's what I'm saying.
Mirroring each other exactly, aren't they?
Luke Woodham doesn't have headlights. I don't know how he is doing. He's driving by muscle memory.
I tell you what he's doing. He's using the force.
Oh, snap. Here we go. So Luke Woodham around that Samco Urchin, the asteroid, whatever you want to call it, coming into the spin cycle. Nice job. You can see on the other side, Danny Cross. Look at that. They are neck and neck, Eddie.
Look how tight that is. He is just very, very friendly with that giant
Archer,
car,
a little bit of a flub there.
Look at them. They mirrored each other all the way. It's going to be fractions of a second between them. Hopefully, they didn't kiss or nudge anything on the way. They're both such tight and such consistent drivers, and there you have it. 58 and 58, both with really sexy times, just fraction of a second between them. Both clean. There we are, 58 dead and 58-25.
Remember, not only are they getting the victory, they're getting cash, they're getting a trophy, they're getting a crazy car, they're getting an RC car, and the winner goes against Ryan Turk in the Escort Mark II. Danny Cross a little crawling off of that finish line as Luke Woodham, like I said, I don't know if you saw it, when Luke Woodham left that tire barrel, it seemed that he straightened up right there at the end. He could have definitely scrubbed some more time.
Yep.
So here we go. Luke Woodham seems to be out front, in front of Danny Cross. Is Danny Cross going to take it to the top?
And Luke Woodham, well, we're seeing Danny there, but we were seeing Luke Woodham without his lights on. We've still not had any official confirmation that he's even got his eyes open. We think he's using the force.
Right. By the power invested in Luke Woodham, is he going back to back? Danny Cross comes out of the spin cycle. Luke Woodham, one more 360. He'll be ahead of Danny Cross. We'll see what penalties are assessed and who gets the rear-wheel drive victory here at Santa Pod Raceway.
Luke, the force is strong in you.
Oof. We'll see if he's gone to the dark side here.
So they were 58-58 before and 59-59 right now. They are just, it's like they were separated at birth, these two.
So look at those times.
Luke has just scraped it. Yes, the Jedi. Luke the Jedi Woodham, as we're going to call him from now on.
Luke Woodham with a 157.69 grabs the win as Danny Cross gets second with 158.95, and a celebration and the fireworks ignite for Luke Woodham. Two-time Gymkhana Grid champion. The celebration begins. Woo! Yes. So our finals are set here in all-wheel drive. Dmitry Shribny, Lewis Jones. But Dmitry Shribny, originally from Ukraine, now living in the UK, hence the Union Jack flag in his corner. And Lewis Jones, obviously from the UK as well, who was another driver making his way through the LCQ yesterday. So fighting through the rain, getting all wet, and here he is. He got #1 yesterday, and now here he is in the final going for all the marbles. Here we go. Send it here at Santa Pod Raceway. Dmitry Shribny out front, SCR. Gymkhana, purpose-built vehicle. Lewis Jones in that kamikaze Subaru. Nice job by Dmitry. He started out kind of cold. I told you he was a threat and started out cold, but slowly been turning it on, pouring it up. Now remember, the winner of this goes against Ken Block in the Unicorn.
Yeah.
Oh, Dimitri, look at that, way out front of Lewis Jones. I mean, like I said, with Jones, he really needs to step up his game, especially going against somebody like Dimitri, and that confidence too, right?
Yeah, it's all about your confidence and your positive mental attitude here.
It's all about that PMA as Dimitri brings it on in. Remember, he was asked, can you win? Of course I can, he says to Kiri.
Yeah, he was looking to improve on that fabulous time that we saw before, and he's in at a very sexy 57.5.
One more battle for cash, for trophy, for prizes, and then 2 more battles for bragging rights.
Yes.
The hero battles. Look at that. No penalties. 1 minute flat for Jones. 57 seconds for Dimitri.
Jones made a huge mistake in his attempt to close that massive gap, leaving Dimitri Shripny as the winner and the man to take on Ken Block.
Okay, here we have a huge battle for bragging rights. It's the big prize, Ryan Turk versus Luke Woodham. So here we go. Now, Ryan Turk, a really nimble, light-footed, tight driver in this incredible Escort that is, it's a Mark II Escort that's been given a giant steroid injection.
With the haunches, with the obviously physical demeanor, and then a 333 horsepower original. It's a Millington Ford Escort engine that's just been modified. Looks like they are neck and neck as Ryan Turk. There you go. You're seeing Luke Woodham around the checkered flag barrel. Ryan Turk into the Samco Asteroid.
They are like twins. They are just, and of course, here we go.
Only thing is Ryan Turk has headlights.
Yeah, Ryan Turk has got the advantage of not having to use the force.
Oh,
look how
man.
tight he is there.
Ryan Turk flawless on that spin cycle.
You've got to think with a driver like that, in a car like that, driving as tight as that, he's got to be so difficult to beat.
Ryan Turk taking down Luke Woodham there. We'll see what kind of penalties are assessed or will be given.
Now that's the first. It's unusual seeing Luke Woodham coming in second.
57.09, a 57.09 and a 59.3. Here we go. Here's the second half of this hero battle. Turk versus Woodham. Escort Mark II versus S14.
Yeah, and as Jared said, Luke is running on bravado now.
Yes, which could be good or bad, but I have to think Turk's been he's been chilling all day as well, outside of some demos here and there. This is the rear-wheel drive hero battle.
And are we in with Ryan now in this? Is that the passenger, or are we in with Luke? I think we're in with Luke.
As Woodham brings it in, they are again mirroring each other. Now watch this spin cycle. Ryan Turk, I saw him in practice earlier. He hit the tire barrel yesterday, but today, man, he was just flawless. So here we go. Looks like Turk's got the jump on Woodham.
Turk so characteristically, look how tight he is. That is the most intimate we've seen anybody be with those giant tractor tires.
So Turk finishes. Oh, it says Woodham do a slow burnout crawl across the finish just for some added flair. He just knows it's in the bag. Oh man, let's see. Hey, hats off. Look at that, 57.4, a 57.4, and a 103 for Woodham.
They're both clean, so
and there it is,
drift legend Ryan Turk has brought in a clean 154.56. That is an absolutely blistering time.
No, it's awesome, and it's a privilege to drive against these drivers, and yeah, really enjoyed it, and this green is going to stay.
Well, talking about the hero battle, Ryan, that was the first time you raced that car as well, so what was it like?
It was phenomenal. I was just trying to get comfortable in the car all weekend, and I knew I had to put it down against Luke, who's been just super consistent and on point and laying down some of the best times of the weekend, and I knew I was going to have to pull out all the stops.
So are you ready for the huge one? This is the battle of the monsters. Well, the battle with the monster. Dimitri Shripny against Ken Block.
Now here we go. Ken Block, can he hold it down in the Unicorn?
So this Unicorn, for those not in the know, a 1965 car that has been so tricked out and modified. It is the only all-wheel drive at 845 brake horsepower. Just imagine that. This is beyond Bugatti Veyron territory. Incredible.
Watch this thing rotate on those 1552 wheels, Pirelli tires, staying warm. Around the bollard is Ken Block, the head hoonigan in charge, mirroring each other as they go down Gasoline Alley into the checkered flag double stacked barrel. Look at the tachometer working its magic as Ken Block pulls his copper-colored e-brake.
You've got to fancy Dimitri in the slightly more maneuverable Surely car, and I think he's just slightly nudging ahead of the great man.
Look at this, Dimitri Shrivny getting the jump on the head hoonigan in charge. Can he take down Ken Block? Dimitri crosses the finish line first. Whoa, coming in hot. Those brakes being put to the test.
Dimitri got a tiny, maybe couple of inch overhang there in the end zone, but I think you're allowed that, so we're okay.
56.1.
Wow. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Two very sexy times. Dimitri Shrivny against the great, the mighty Ken Block, who is out of the block first, as ever.
All right, so here we go. The open face helmet showing you the expressions on KB's face.
And the explosions around the track. It's amazing here. The atmosphere is incredible as fireworks, Roman candles are cascading across the track as these two cars are mirroring each other. The great Ken Block is actually, his horsepower has got him out first and he's slightly in front, but Dimitri's always worrying him.
Remember, just about 0.7 seconds separate Dimitri and Ken Block. Can Ken Block go faster in and out of the spin cycle? Right now, they're about mirroring each other. Ken Block with a bit of a sloppy swing. Now brings it into the tractor tire barrel. Ken Block, is he looking over to the other side as Dimitri brings it wide? Ken Block brings it in. Can he grab the traction?
Front
No!
of Ken's car.
Dimitri, whoa! Coming in hot as Ken Block getting a little loosey-goosey there in the Hoonicorn. And if you didn't have enough horse analogies, right? Up front and close and personal. And there it is. Dimitri Shrivny defeats Ken Block by just about 1.5 seconds. Man, Eddie, that was awesome to watch.
Amazing. And once again, that was won right at the very last one. And we'll see them, and Ken always comes out of the block first. With that amount of horsepower, you can't not. But then, look, he came into that very last obstacle, and Ken was actually, the front of his car was sniffing those giant tractor tires, and he came into that first. But Dimitri, just with that edge of maneuverability, just pipped him. And Ken, obviously, very keen to get back into the stable there.
Today was the first time I actually made a suspension change to this car, trying to get some more time out of it, but just didn't have enough time to really play with it and get more out of it. But, you know, I'm not making excuses. This guy did a great job. All the drivers did an amazing job. It was fun to watch everyone and fun to watch this guy, man. He's quick.
Certainly was an incredible weekend, but Dimitri, it would seem that this weekend is your moment. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. I just want to say thank you to everyone who came here. I want to say special thank you to Ken Block for, as I say, to bring this event into the world, you know, because if not him, we wouldn't be here. So, thank you.
So congratulations to Dimitri Shrivny, who not only won the all-wheel drive event, but actually beat Ken Block, and to Luke Woodham, the winner of the rear-wheel drive competition. I cannot wait for next year.